Hello, Supercoaches. It's the preview podcast for round 23. A huge panel today with Rob Sutherland and Jett, and we've got Frank switching for, I think, the first time as well. Rob, how are you going?
Fine, thank you.
Any news? How's your team going?
It's on the slide, Thomas. Injuries have hit. Every time I buy a guy and recommend a guy, he gets injured. So I'm out of trades. This will be my last trade this week. Last trade.
This has been your tactic for the last 2 years, and you've actually
To be honest, it's been my tactic for like the last 8 years, 10 years maybe. But
certainly in the last 2 years, I know that you've actually made ground with having no trades.
Yeah.
So do you think that's going to happen this season?
Look, probably not. I mean, I say it all the time. I think Supercoach is a game of luck. You either have your luck early and you don't burn trades. You do burn trades. I had a nice run. I had a few weeks where I dropped from like 25k to about 6,000, and now I'm sliding out to 9,000.
There was a point there where we were almost exactly the same points, and now I've streaked ahead.
There's still time.
Jett Hatton is here, Reece Walsh's biggest fan.
Captain
straight last week.
Yeah, it was nice to see. Had a good week, could have been better. Made some poor decisions. Didn't play AJ Brimson. Played Lehigh Hopewade over him, so that hurt to see. But yeah, good week on the up. Might just go straight to see again. Reece Walsh tomorrow night. See what happens.
Well,
he's not playing the Rabbitohs again, mate.
Yeah. Who's he got the store? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's a much braver call, but I'd like you to do it.
For me, just hovering around 6,000 for the last sort of 6 weeks. I reckon I've been 6,000-ish. What do you think of trades this week, Rob?
Oh, well, Herbie's got to go for me. Tossed up lots of options. We'll probably discuss them through the show, but I'm gonna bring in Gagai. I think his last 3 games at fullback went about 190-something, 90-something, and they were against good opposition. Storm, Raiders, and some other team I can't recall. But the draw's mixed for the Knights, but Gagai's just making, and they don't score a lot of points, but when they do, he's been part of it.
Yeah, Gagai's in for me. I think he's the number one option if you don't own Lomax or Kiraz.
Yep.
I still think Kiraz is a strange one because he's defending at fullback, which means kick returns. He's attacking at right centre, which I think is probably the worst position for him for Supercoach. I'd prefer him on the wing. So I still think he's a really good buy. But would you, if you don't own Kiraz, would you be going Kiraz?
Well, he is at right centre, but the try he did score in those horrendous conditions was on the outside of Crichton. So, you know, they're taking the time. They're either slotting one in on the left or one in. Yeah, they're still attacking together down that side. So he's still getting the upside of Stephen Crichton sort of pulling apart the defence and then putting him through. I'd still go him. The offloads, the tackle busts make Kiraz 55 base, and then there's all the upside of when he scores.
Yeah, I think that, Lomax and Kiraz are still the best guys if you don't own them. And then for me, it's going to be Gagai. I agree with you. At fullback, he's going really well. The base is great. Kicking goals. Tough matchup this week, but against the Panthers.
Last 3 matchups were tough and he scored well.
Yeah. It's just, there's this nagging thing in the back of my head that the Knights' attack is so bad. But for some reason, there's always someone who goes well in Supercoach. And I can't explain why that is. Fletcher Sharp, Callum Ponga as well. What are your trades?
No trades for me. No trades. We've got 4 left. I don't have Herbie, so me and Robert talked about it before the show.
You've dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, before the show started. Go on.
Oh, I said how happy I was this season. But obviously,
that's just horrible.
you don't.
That's horrible to cheer the injury suffered by an athlete. And all those fans are going to get into you next time they see you.
200 points, and I just would have had my head in my hands that whole game. It was 20 minutes in. He was on 70 points. I'm like, fire out. And yes, that was good to see. But no trades for me. I don't have Isaiah. I don't have Herbie Farnworth. So
the veil has dropped.
How good? Yeah, let's face it. We all death right play Supercoach. EPL has launched, so get into that. The numbers are huge on it. Get involved. It's about 2 weeks till the season start. Supercoach Finals is going to happen. It hasn't launched yet. It will be launching soon. That's a game within the actual NRL finals as opposed to the head-to-head finals, which is starting this week. So look out for that. And then tomorrow, a very special announcement is happening tomorrow. Look out for it. I'm sworn to secrecy, but something big is going to happen tomorrow.
I so want to ruin the surprise. It's killing me.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No-go zone. Who's the popular player that you want to avoid, Rob?
I've got two. Timoko and Mulatalo. Both popular buys. People are looking for Herbie replacements. Both still have a buy to serve. Timoko has 3 of his 4 oppositions are top 8 defensive teams. Mulatalo's draw is not as bad, but I kind of feel he's had his 2 big games with soft opposition. I just think there's better options.
For me, it's a guy I've had since round 1, AJ Brimson. I'm an owner of him, have been all year. A lot of people are bringing him in this week off the back of his 117 on the weekend, but I like the trade before you see the Q Cup team and you see the Keanu Kinney's name at fullback there, so you wouldn't think he's far off. And with how Foran and Jaden Campbell are playing, there's every chance Brimson gets relegated to 14 centre. You know, they seem to love Brian Kelly there, as me and Rob were talking about before the show. But yeah, I just don't like it. I think he's a bit of a trap, and if he's not playing fullback, you don't want to have him.
Well, my 2 are actually Brimson and Timoko. So
There you go.
I'll double down on Timoko to say that he was the 4th most popular purchase yesterday. He's dropped down to about 18th when I just checked before. So people have realised that he's got this buy coming up and have forgotten, aren't chasing last week's points. On Brimson, I think he is a good trade if you've got heaps of trades. Think of him as a 1-week trade, maybe a 2-week trade, because then Keanu Kinney probably comes back in for a couple of games, but really good matchup this week against the Rabbitohs. So if you've got 10 trades and you're a head-to-head player, why not bring him in and maybe even captain him in that matchup?
I'm thinking of vice captain him this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if you're a head-to-head player, then until they get players back, picking whoever's playing fullback against Souths is a pretty good move. Like it's
Yeah, so I don't hate it, but if you're short on trades like most overall players, don't do it. If you've got heaps and you're a head-to-head player, then absolutely go for it. The move you shouldn't make, but you can't help yourself. Rob.
Look, almost without exception, every player I've recommended as the buy has gone and got injured the last 3 or 4 weeks. So I feel guilty about recommending players. That's my guilty pleasure.
For me, it's something I did last week, and I did it late because I always make wrong decisions late. I was on the train home last Thursday night, and I was thinking about getting a little frisky, so I traded in Ryan Pappenhausen for Turbo, which was pretty silly.
Turbo's gone back to fullback and perhaps has lost the goal kicking.
Yeah. So that's great, but yeah.
But he's playing at Amy Park. It's a toughish matchup.
And I'm thinking
that used to be the thing, Captain Pappenhausen at Amy Park when he was kicking goals.
And they flogged Brisbane most of the time, so there's a good chance that they do that again.
My guilty pleasure is from your Roosters, Nwanga Nitawazi. I've played him every week for the last 4 weeks. He's averaged 39 over that period. I copped the 2 tons before that, but I just can't leave him out. And it's a decent matchup against the Dolphins, who are pretty leaky.
Against a rookie winger. And the same, he'll be running at the side that's just lost Herbie. So that I think will break up their defence there. I think Nwanga Nitawazi is a good play this week.
And up at Suncorp, which is traditionally a pretty high-scoring ground. So he will be in for me this week, even though he's only averaging in the 30s over the last 4 weeks. Welcome to this week's Best Bets, powered by Better. What are you thinking, Rob?
I'm going to go the Dogs to beat the Wars. I think a bounce-back game after losing in horrendous conditions. They're going to be pretty fired up after the way they were sort of taunted and teased by the Tigers. I'm expecting a lot. The Titans to beat the Rabbitohs. They've got some players back, the Bunnies, but I just think the Titans outscore them pretty comfortably. And the Raiders to beat Manly. Again, that sort of, they've had a loss they weren't expecting. They're at home. I think they'll win.
Yep, the bounce-back game. What are you thinking?
For me, I'm just going the local derby, Cronulla versus St George.
I'll be there.
Always an interesting matchup. It's always closer than I expect. I always think we're going to put 100 points on them, and we don't. So I'm going to go Cronulla 1-12, $3.10.
Yeah, right. That's actually a good. Yeah, I'm going to be there. That's Cogger. I always say this when they play at Cogger Oval, but the Dragons do grow an extra leg at Cogger Oval.
Yeah, well, they've had it at Wynn Stadium for the last few years, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and Wynn Stadium, Dragons at home is a bit of a different proposition. Dragons in the wet is a great proposition as well, because
in the wet at Wynn, because it brings everyone down to their standard.
Exactly, like last week against the Raiders.
It was so disgusting. I literally live a 5-minute walk from the stadium, and it was just the worst conditions. It was so windy, and it was just so cold.
It's got to be bad when you close the hill. right?
Yeah.
Like, as a safety precaution.
Yeah.
You say people can't be on the grass. It's a bit wet and windy.
No, apparently they were saying just go sit wherever you want when you walked in. So
I'm going to go. I was talking about Brimson before, so I've got him to score a try and over 52 points in that game, total points. That's the Titans v the Rabbitohs. They're both out of contention, really, so it could be an absolute points fest there. Weather looks pretty good up on the Goldie as well. There might be a little bit of rain around. But yeah, so Brimson to score plus 52 points in that game, it'll get you about $3.50.
That's pretty good for you.
Yeah, it's quite wild. It's damn wild. What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. Lots of questions coming through this week. Thoughts on Drinkwater for the run home as a buy? I'm actually looking at selling him for Tom Trbojevic this week. What are your thoughts on him? He's got that buy in round 27. Pretty tough matchup. Who have they got? They got the Eels, which on paper is good, but it's at Combank Stadium. The Eels have been pretty good.
They've got a good run from memory, the Cowboys. I wouldn't sell Drinkwater. I'd actually buy him if I didn't have him, just because he had a low score on the weekend, but I think fullbacks against the Sharks averaged the lowest this season of any team. So you can sort of draw a line through that one. Drinkwater's been one of the best players in Supercoach all year, and why not?
Well, it's a no from me. There's that groin issue. He's carrying a groin niggle. Clifford's back, so Drinkwater might not kick.
Kicking. Yeah.
That's not, that's maybe 15% of his points, but happy to hold, but I wouldn't be buying.
With Clifford back though, all of his big scores have coincided with Jake Clifford in the team, and when Jackson Purdue's there, he just plummets as a Supercoach player.
No, that's good points. I just feel the groin and the kicking is enough to make me, and the buy on round 27 is enough to make me not buy him, but happy to hold him and play him.
Yeah.
My number one pod is Tom Trbojevic. No one's going there. He's so low on the ownership list. But playing fullback, I like it. The only issue is that he's only available at fullback, so you'll likely have to sell someone good. For me, it will be either selling Drinkwater or Tedesco or Dylan Edwards, and I don't want to sell either of those three. What are your thoughts on Tommy Turbo? I mean, you sold him. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the look of Manly at the moment, so that's sort of why I sold him, and they don't have a nice run. So Tommy looks good, but he keeps wincing every time he runs the ball. That's just what he does, but it still makes you nervous when you own him. I wouldn't go there just because of how bad Manly are going at the moment.
Well, I've already spent 4 trades on Tom Trbojevic this season. I actually think Turbo should come at a half trade price. Like every other player costs a full trade, but Turbo's only a half in and out. So, because when you buy him, you're going to have to sell him.
Could be a new introduction for next year.
Yeah,
it might sacrifice the integrity of the game, but it's
no worse than your QR code.
Yeah, please. What's yours?
Bradman Best. So, we're all looking for centres, or all of the Herbie owners are looking for centres. And there's good reasons to buy a whole stack of them. Best I like because he makes his own luck. He's so big, busts so many tackles, sets up a lot of tries. We all know the Knights attack has problems, but I think Best is a pod play at centre.
Yep.
Me, it's Alex Johnston, especially if Latrell's back this week. He's got 3 scores over 100 this year, and playing the Titans, that left wing is on fire. But yeah, for me, if Latrell plays, he's a massive buy for those who have Herbie.
Yeah. I spoke about it yesterday. Actually, you can bring him in late in the round.
Yeah.
So if you're behind in your head-to-head league, bringing in Latrell really late, maybe even putting the C on him, or doing something wild, could be something to do late in the round if you're behind.
Yep.
On to captaincy. So, speaking of that, Latrell late could be a good move. I don't mind Lomax late as well against the Cowboys. Thoughts?
Yeah, it's always hard putting the captain on a winger, especially from a bottom 8 team. But Lomax kicks goals. He's going to get tries with Mitch Moses back in the side. So, what do you reckon?
Lomax is my risky captain. For me, Nathan Cleary at vice captain is just a no-brainer.
So you're going to go VC or C?
VC on Cleary. I'm putting the C on Jaden Campbell against Souths.
Yeah, he's one guy. I don't own him, But if you've got Campbell or Brimson in your team, it's very tempting to go the C on one of those.
Particularly Campbell as a goal kicker.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah.
I've got quite a few options. I'm tossing up.
I know what you're going to do.
I'm not going Nico this week.
What, VC on Reece Walsh?
I'm thinking Reece Walsh, one of those guys Friday night. Haas, Pappenhausen, and Reece Walsh. VC, it depends how I'm feeling on the night. C, I was thinking of Sam Walker as a really pod option. I don't think anyone has Sam Walker, and I've just really liked the look of him. He scored 94 on the weekend. The matchup against the Dolphins at Suncorp is good, especially with Herbie out. He will attack that side, I think. And yeah, I think he's a huge captain option. But he gets a lot of those try assists off the kicks, which we were talking about last week. You don't really get the line break for it. He'd average so much more.
There should be extra given to that. I think if we're going to look at integrity of the game, that's something we need to look at. Thomas, take that on advice.
He gets so many of those, and I reckon his running game's going to open up really soon because he's starting to open up a lot off that ACL injury. So he's going to start to get tries.
Yeah, look, I don't hate the call at all. The issue I've got with Sam Walker is that he takes so much in that attack, which is good for your call, but it's also probably stuffing up Teddy. It's probably stuffing up Nitawazi as well.
Yeah, it certainly has impacted the right side of the Roosters attack. It's all coming left. That said, it worked last week, so why are they going to stop? I don't know.
For me, I think I'm going to VC someone in that first game, probably Munster, or I could go Ezra Mam as well, but I doubt it. Munster at Amy Park is a pretty good bet, and then I'll put the straight C on Cleary for now up against the Knights. Final thought, Rob? Do you have anything?
Bank holidays. Yeah, I really hate them, Tom.
They are ridiculous.
Monday is usually my Sunday, and I enjoy the solitude, right? Yeah. So Banker's got last Monday off, and my wife's a banker, and I love Roz because, you know, I know she watches the show religiously.
Does she really? Or? No.
Well, no, but her colleague does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Amar.
Yeah.
He's been on this podcast before.
Yeah, really nice guy. Often talks about how terrible my wife is to work with. But it just wasn't as peaceful having her around. I couldn't, just sit around in my undies watching Shawsey and Brassic, and yeah, it's really disappointing.
Yours?
Oh, I didn't really have one coming in, but then we're sort of twiddling our thumbs in here for 15 minutes,
While we waited for the superstar to rock up.
Mate, sorry. Like usual, I was in a meeting. It wasn't a work meeting. It was actually a parent-teacher interview for my kid who's in daycare. He's like 2.5 going on 3. And she's having some problems. So I literally could not leave that meeting. It was a work meeting. I was saying, I'm gone. I'm out to the podcast.
She went the cod at the teachers, didn't she?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Are there going to be any more DPPs for this year? Any thoughts on DPPs for next year?
Yeah, you know my thoughts, but you go first.
What, players to get it?
Yeah.
Turbo's an obvious one.
Yeah.
I can't think of any others off the top of my head. Maybe get rid of Cam McInnes hooker status. That doesn't make sense.
Get rid of all of them.
Yeah.
Just start at
You
one
reckon?
position. And then you can add a position after 6 rounds. You can add, after 12.
There are a few who have to have dual position.
No,
yes,
there isn't. We can just go one. That's it.
One for everyone.
One at the start, yeah. And then we can
and then
really
ahead of
add
round
in
one.
after the first, after 4 rounds or 6 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, ahead of round 1, we do an update as well.
Sure,
So,
yeah.
I reckon, we need to have a couple have to have dual position, but I kind of agree. If in doubt, go with one position.
Yeah, all right. That's a starting point.
When will NFL Fantasy be launched? Well, there might be a big announcement coming up soon. Thanks to Rob. Thanks to Jett. We'll catch you later.